Hello, and this is a battle with Stevo. Yeah, that's what he's called. I don't know his YouTube name, but his link is in the description. So he sets up a sub, and I'm like, I just want to get some stealth rocks up, and so it's gonna use Calm Mind, and so I'm gonna put up the reflect. I meant to go for the light screen, but I'm just like, reflect. But when you put the second Calm Mind up, like, I was like, oh boy. So I U-turn and I go into Suicune, and I'm really hoping that that Thunder was gonna miss, and of course it doesn't, because yeah, life hates me. So, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Suicune, you lived, but then he gets paralyzed, and so I roar that thing out of here. I'm like, oh man, that's a beast, and I'm just gonna roar, like, I'm gonna try to roar him too, because I need to get this. I don't know. I just need to. I want to scout out his team, kinda, and I want Suicune to kinda, you know, use leftovers. I get leftover health back, so he can live maybe one more hit or something, or I don't know. But I know this thing has Thunderbolt, so I go into my Jolteon, and yeah. So his Thunderbolt did nothing, and so I decided to put up a sub. And it's going to use Rock Polish. Now, Regice is a big hunk of ice, and it doesn't like to go nowhere. So look at, he just rather float, because he's all happy about life. So I'm going to yawn it, because yeah, I don't want nothing, taking nothing from him. So my substitute fades, and blah 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 blah, and so he withdraws, you know, because he doesn't want to sleep, and I go for another substitute. Oh my gosh. So now I'm like, oh crap, what do I do? So I baton pass into my Salamence, because I'm like, yay, because my Salamence knows Fire Blast, and like, yeah, yay, that'd be good. But so yeah, what do I do? But I think I end up going for the Earthquake instead. Yeah, I end up going for the Earthquake because I don't like the fact that I should have gone for the Fire Blast, but I don't, and I use Earthquake. So I go for a Draco Meteor to finish that thing off, and yeah, Gyarados goes down, and I'm like, yeah, I'm off to a pretty okay start. So he sends out this thing, and Hypnosis, and it hits, and I'm like, every time anything is used against me, it works. Like, Thunder, his Jirachi's Thunder will only miss once in this entire match. And if that were me, it would have missed every time. So he has a Shadow Ball, and I'm just like, you know what? A sleeping Salamence is as good as a dead one. So I just kept Salamence in. And my dog really wants attention, that's why he's making a lot of noise. But anyways, so I send in my Heatran, and he's going to predict that and send out his Heatran, and of course I use Flamethrower, and I'm just like, oh, lol. And so I don't know why I sent in Suicune. I should have gone back into Uxie, but I didn't. Yeah, so I decide now, because now I'm like, oh, Uxie, and so yeah, it's useless, and now I can put up a light screen. So Jirachi's sitting there being all cute, and puts up a sub, and I'm like, I slap myself, because I'm just like, oh, I'm so dumb. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. I go into Jolteon, because I know its other move is Psychic, and I make a sub of my own, and so my special attack is up and stuff, and it's gonna use a Psychic, and it doesn't break my sub, thankfully. So I baton pass into a Scizor, and I'm like, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I really need to do something to this thing. So, yeah, it Calm Minds, and I think I Swords Dance, yeah, to get, you know, more attack and stuff, because Scizor likes to dance around, so it's like, la, and he hits with Thunder, and I'm like, great, yeah, and I get paralyzed, and that's not good. So I'm gonna like, oh, the brick break, and his damage like dies. So I'm going to go for a Bullet Punch, because I thought like it was gonna switch for some reason. And so cause like and it hits with thunder again because that's what it does. And I'm like, all right, I'm praying that it was gonna use thunder, but it didn't. But so I like miss and like use so I could use roost and get health back. But so my light screwed me off, and I'm like, crap. I was praying to Yevon, excuse me, to see if like that thunder would miss, and it hits, of course, because it's my opponent. He never like misses. So I go in my Heatran pretty much to scare it off, but I just Earth Power and it lives. And I'm pretty sure it knew, like he knew that it could live, so he did, and so I go for the Earth Power again to break the sub. I have no idea what it's gonna do, but what is it gonna do? What is it gonna do? Thunder, oh yes, the one time it missed! The one time it missed. You know, really? It couldn't have missed the last turn? But whatever. So yeah, I was locked into Earth Power, and yeah. So he sent out his Gengar, yeah, that's what it's called. And so I go into Suicune pretty much as a Death Fodder, and what can you do? I'm screwed. I'm just sitting here like, I promised this guy I'd post this video, and this is gonna be embarrassing. You know, so his shadow lives by nothing, and I'm like, really? I should have gone into Jolteon in the first place. And yeah, so it's gonna use Shadow Ball, and it's gonna hurt Uxie. And so I'm gonna set up my light screen. Oh my gosh, my dog. Sorry. And put up the screens and or light screen, and I go into Heatran. And I'm just like Dragon Pulse because I didn't know what else to do, because I didn't know if he was gonna switch or blah blah blah. So I'm like, I'm not gonna stay in, you silly willy. So I go into Uxie, and it's gonna use Dragon Pulse of its own, and Uxie takes it really well. And so now he's gonna send out Fairy, and I'm gonna set up the Reflect, and then I believe I don't know what it's gonna Thunder, of course, and it's not going to do much to Uxie because Uxie can't see, and so I'm going to U-turn to get the heck out of there. Now, yeah, all I had was Heatran and Uxie. I am like, oh man, I'm so screwed. I don't want it to be a 5-0, so I'm like, okay, I can live with it being 4-0. You know, I can live. He's been Poke battling for a couple, few months more than I have. Like, I just started, and he said 5 months he's been doing it. But, and so I'm like, okay, I'll do this. So I have no idea what hidden power that was. I really don't, because yeah, and it does nothing. So he uses hidden power again, and I'm just going to U-turn to get the heck out of there and go back into my Heatran. I'm just not giving up. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna give up. So he don't stop believing. Yeah, that's right. I put all of my faith into my Heatran and Uxie because, yeah. So I'm locked into Flamethrower, and it's 2-2. I'm like, yeah, but Uxie's almost dead in every way possible. So he's gonna use go into Live Strong, and what do? I put up the Reflect. I don't know, because I can, and I don't know what it's gonna do, and so it's gonna Thunder Wave, and I'm paralyzed on the spot, and I'm like, no, and so now it's gonna Thunderbolt, and guess what? Oh my gosh, Uxie barely lived. If Stealth Rocks was up, I would be screwed. So I go in, and this was the prediction. I used Earth Power because I thought he was gonna switch into Heatran, thinking I was gonna use Flamethrower to finish off his Live Strong, but no. And I get a crit, but I don't get the defense drop, and he Thunder Waves me, and I'm like, that's the game right there. I mean, I go for another after he Thunderbolts again, I go for another Earth Power. And yeah, there's nothing that I could do except, and I'm just like, you know what? No, after this battle, after that, I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna just sit here. And I go back into my Uxie, and as pretty much as like death fodder, and Uxie goes down, and then I go back into Heatran because she's the only Pokemon I have left. Thunderbolt, I barely live, and I flamethrower, and so. And I take down his Livestrong, and now he's going to send out Explosive Heatran and Earth Power me for the win. It was a great battle. I believe I did as best as I could in a bad situation, and yeah, it was still good. Bye.